We love Magic Kingdom fireworks, but a lot of people do, so it can be really competitive to get to see them. But one of our favorite ways to do it is through the dessert parties at Magic Kingdom. Here are all of your options, including our favorite. Let's talk through the basics of the dessert parties at Magic Kingdom because there are a few different ones and they have some things in common. So let's start with the basics first. One is that there are 3 different options. They are called pre-party, post-party, and seats and suites. And I'm gonna go through all the differences of those in just a minute. All 3 include having treats and drinks in the Tomorrowland Terrace restaurant area. The offerings are the same for all 3, so there isn't a big difference there. The drinks that you can get include non-alcoholic options like water and tea and sparkling cider. There's even pog juice and hot coffee, different options like that as you would expect. There is also alcoholic options, including a variety of wines and beers. If you are really motivated, you could double fist it as you go back to your table so you don't have to keep getting up and down. Among the treats, there are a lot of sweet things. It used to be that the dessert party had more of a combo of savory and sweet, and so we would kind of use it as a meal replacement. But now it is mostly sweets plus fruit and cheese, so it really isn't a meal replacement like it used to be. But a lot of the stuff that they offer is really good. That includes a variety of cupcakes and cookies, including a cookie decorating station. And it also includes donuts and our favorite, which is the chilling chamber pop. So lots of good options there for drinks and for treats. Just don't think of it as a meal replacement unless your meal is a sugary one. In addition to all of the parties having treats in this restaurant, they also all give you reserved viewing for the fireworks. That is the point of it, right? The views and offerings vary between the 3, but they all do give you reserved viewing, which makes it worth it for a lot of people. At all of the parties, you will check in, make sure you're in the right line when you check in. If you're in the wrong line, that can be very frustrating if you're waiting. Just ask a cast member, am I in the right line for my party? And when you check in, they will give you a wristband. Once you have that wristband on, it will allow you not only admittance to your dessert party, but it'll allow you to come and go. So if you need to run out to go do something in the parks, you can always come back. It's just a come and go situation once you have the wristband on. Now let's go through the differences in all 3 and I'll let you know which one is our favorite. Let's talk first about the pre-party and post-party options. These are exactly the same except for the order that you do things is different. Both of them offer viewing in the Hubgrass Garden viewing area, which is near the Tomorrowland Terrace restaurant, just out front. They have this garden view area kind of roped off, and with your wristband, you can get in to view the fireworks. Their pre-party option means that you go and have the food and drinks first, and then you head out to the viewing area. The post-party option means you go to the fireworks viewing first, and then you go and have treats. So same thing, just in a different order. When you are in the fireworks viewing area, we highly suggest going to the back. We actually often lean up against the back railing. This usually gives you your best chance at unobstructed views. If you're towards the front, a lot of times people will stand up in front of you. There will be a kid on those shoulders. So if you just head right to the back and find a spot either on the ground in front of the railing or lean against the railing, that has usually been our best bet. For both of these parties, we recommend showing up 30 minutes before the time that is in the app that is shown for your reservation. So Disney will give you a time that says this starts at a certain, say 7:30, and we recommend that you be there before that, 30 minutes before that. If you are at the pre-party, that gives you first dibs at all of the treats and the sweets and more time at the dessert party section of the event. If you are doing the post-party, it gives you first dibs at fireworks views, which can be nice, especially if you want that back railing and don't want to wait until later and take a chance on other people snagging those spots before you do. The pre-party and post-party options are less expensive than the third party, which is also a really nice perk of it. It is not that much more expensive, but it is a little bit less, which can make it, I feel like, a better value. Now let's talk about the seats and suites option. I always have to look at the name of it because I want to call it sweets and treats so that it rhymes. It's called Seats and Suites, and you are seated at tables in the Tomorrowland Terrace restaurant. So not only are you there for food and drinks, but you are there for the actual viewing of fireworks. The people that are seated along the rail are likely to have the best views because they are right at the front, and there is no way to know ahead of time if you're going to be along the rail or not, so that's a bit of a risk there. This dessert party option is best suited for somebody who does need to have a chair and assigned space that they can have for the fireworks, as opposed to going out to the grass where you might have to sit down on the ground or stand for quite a while. This party is also more expensive than the other two that I already talked about, but for this one you can often arrive 60 minutes before the time that Disney says, which can give you a full 2 hours of fireworks dessert time. Now for our favorite of the three and why it's our favorite. So our favorite, drumroll, is the post-party option, and there are several reasons for this. One is that it gives you the first dibs at fireworks view, so we like that. The whole point of this thing is to watch the fireworks, right? It gives you first dibs. This garden viewing area is a much better view and more straight on for the fireworks than the Tomorrowland Terrace viewing space. We also like that the post party is not the most expensive option of the three, so that is nice. It also is not as rushed as the other two. So the other two parties, they are eating and drinking first and then going to watch fireworks. So you have to make sure that you get all of that done before you head out to the viewing area. And it can feel a little bit rushed, especially if you are doing the pre-party and you want to make sure you get a good space out in that grassy area. But if you do the post-party, it's a little bit more leisurely because you can go to the fireworks viewing area and then meander over to the restaurant. And speaking of meandering to the restaurant, one of the biggest perks of doing this is that while you meander over to Tomorrowland Terrace from the fireworks viewing space, you can allow time for the post-fireworks crowds to disperse. If you've ever been at Disney World, you know the post-fireworks crowds can be very anxiety-inducing. So this gives you a space to just kind of calmly linger, have your little drinks and treats while everybody pours out. And by the time you're done, then it will likely be a lot less busy and easier to exit the park. Hopefully the lines of the buses and the monorail and everything will have gone down while you have been eating as well. So that is the dessert party options. There are lots of ways to watch Magic Kingdom fireworks, and I hope that we will be able to have a video on that because this is just one way to do it. But if you are considering a dessert party, hopefully this has been helpful in you choosing which one is best for you. If you have any comments or anything to add, please do that in the comments. Thanks for watching.